Hey y'all, last day, final hours. I'm gonna miss doing these with you. That's why I committed to doing one a week. I really enjoyed this, and I've really enjoyed interacting with everyone and answering questions and diving into things deeper. Today, though, won't be ranty at all. Today is not a day for rants. Today is a day of celebration. Today is a day to be excited about the thing that we're making together. And I'm going to get choked up and emotional because I'm a big baby. I have no qualms with that. I wear my heart on my sleeve, which you can probably tell from my extra spicy rants. When I'm fired up, I'm fired up. When I'm loving. And right now, I'm just a bit overwhelmed. We've been working on this for like 4+ years. Obviously with Tidal Blades 1, but like it takes an incredible amount of trust. Because David and Lena, Mr. Cuddington, Tim and Ben Eisner, they can go work with anyone they want. And they trusted me. They trusted me with this world. And that's a big responsibility. It's a lot of pressure. There's always a lot of pressure, not just to deliver a good game to you, but to perform for your partners, to give them a return on the thing that they're making. They've trusted the publisher with their baby. I mean, it's like a child, it's a creation it's very near and dear to a creator. I know that feeling because of Bloodstone and Barnyard Roundup and the games that I've designed and that I created. Bloodstone especially, right? Because Bloodstone it's a whole world and a whole thing. And I couldn't imagine giving that to somebody else and then hoping that every decision they make only makes it the best it could be. And then especially when they're like, there's definitely times when I'm like, hey, I think we should do this. And they're like, okay, we don't really think so, but we're going to trust you. And, I love working with them. They're great humans. They're talented. And they could literally take their talents and work with anyone. And they've trusted me with that. And I say that as an honor. It's an honor to work with David and Lena and Tim and Ben on this. And there's a lot of other people who touched the campaign too. But this is the main workforce, the main design and creation team. We really want to give a shout out to Ben Kepner. It was kind of the one of my right-hand person at Skybound, and still authored all of the daily narrative that you saw. And is a phenomenal writer in general and phenomenal designer. So if you see stuff that Ben Kepner designs, like Kim Joy's Magic Bakery, you should go pick that up because he is really good at what he does. But, for me personally, now being an indie out on my own again, like this support through crowdfunding is literally how I'm able to keep doing this. It is almost like a GoFundMe for, you get something in return, obviously, so it's not charity. But again, without this, I'd still be in my corporate marketing job, in that soulless job. And, there were some good people that I worked with, but, it was not fulfilling at all, right? It was just a paycheck. I made it as best I could with the people around me, but it's something I've always swam upstream. I always knew that I wasn't meant for that. And I knew that there was something else, but, today really is about a celebration of seeing this campaign come to life. And then, I feel like this 6-year journey has really it's felt a lot longer than 6 years, but I look back on all those touch points of, teachers because I wasn't the greatest student in school. I was like a C+ student. C's get degrees was my motto, because nothing in school ever, it never really spoke to me. I didn't want to be a good student for the sake of being a good student. I didn't want to make straight A's for the sake of making straight A's. Well, maybe I could have if I tried harder. I don't know. I don't know. C's get degrees was what was my outlook. Nothing sung to my soul until I made Barnyard Roundup. And when I made Barnyard Roundup, that was like the thing that was like, this is what I want to do forever. this is amazing. And then, you know, through that, and as I designed Bloodstone, that was all around the same time. And then met Tim, and I was like, you know, I think I have the skill set to help other people, right? And that's where we did Grim Forest. And that's where I think the two things from my previous experience to what I like doing now really merged. And I think that's my superpower. My superpower is, I think, being able to carve out this space in these campaigns and lay things out. I'm not the best business person, when it comes to crunching numbers and doing P&Ls and all that kind of stuff, because I lean too heavily into the creative side of things, and I'm willing to talk myself into eating into my profit margins to put more in the box, and that's never gonna produce the best P&L, profit and loss, if you don't know what a P&L is, and never going to give you the best margins, and it's definitely not going to make investors happy and things like that, which I don't have any investors here. But, you know, like when I worked in a more corporate job at Skybound, it's never going to make the bosses happy when your forecasts aren't trending with growth. So all the support that we get through these Kickstarters it's paramount, you know, not just to me, but any creator, any company that you feel passionate about. You want to see Connor McGooey be really, really successful at Inside Up Games. You need to back his games. You want to see Helena and Josh Capel be successful. You need to back KTBG Games. You want to see Edo be successful. You need to go. You want to see Peter Hayward be successful. You need to go back Village Pillage. It's more than just getting a game. It really is like a GoFundMe or a Patreon or whatever. Like, you really are supporting small indie creators and helping them keep the lights on and keep making cool stuff. And wow, like I said, when I said I'm overwhelmed, I am, because it doesn't look like we're going to hit $1 million, which is not a big deal, right? Like, I would have loved for us to do. I would have loved it, right? Like, it puts you in this special club or whatever, and I think the game deserves it. So that's part of it. But also, there's so many reasons why people don't want to back things right now, right? Like, shipping costs are crazy. Kickstarter doing their stupid crypto NFT stuff. Like, there's tons of reasons why people are reluctant to back on Kickstarter. You know, some people have said about our games that they're overproduced and the gameplay is not that great. Well, if anything, I think Wonderland's War has proven our gameplay is legit. And, so like last night, I'm sitting there with Ruel. We're doing the live stream. He's got his streamer face on. He's doing his job. We stream the episode. We raid Bonzinator. We go over to her thing. We're done. We're off the air. And he just stopped. And the professional face comes off. And he sits back. He just looks at me and he's like, James, this game is fucking good. That is good. And I'm just like, that's like that. Like, people are gonna get this game and they're gonna be blown away, because the gameplay, not only is it excellent, not only is it rewarding, not only does it give you tons of agency and you feel really awesome when you play the game, and you're going to be itching to get to that next scenario. The overall campaign arc, the overall narrative, the journey you go on as a player in this game is unlike anything else in board games. And I know that's a big statement, and it's relative and it's subjective. But I truly believe people who get this game and play it all the way through are they're going to be flabbergasted. They're going to be knocked on their tush. And it's not only going to be the gameplay. It's going to be that journey, that experience. You're going to feel like you just played an epic video game. And so I'm just really, really proud of what we've made and what we're doing. And it's going to be my number one priority after this campaign closes, that we deliver this as quickly as we can, but make sure that it is chef's kiss as good as it can be, because this is our crescendo. This is it. This is the thing that we've been building for years, and the Cuddingtons trust me with, and the Eisners trust me with, and I am not going to let this come in subpar. With all that said, the end of the Kickstarter campaign is a moment for reflection. You're like, what did I screw up on? What could we have done better? And in this case, there was so much pressure. There was a ton of pressure on this campaign because, the livelihood of my family depends on the outcome of this, right? Like, will we have to move somewhere that's more affordable to live? Or, there's just so many questions, right? Of like, once resources come in, that kind of sets the bar for what we can do going forward. Not only for the game, but for us personally. And that's every indie publisher. So I'm not special in that. So why you're going to hear me keep campaigning, and you're going to see me share other small creators' projects and ask you to go back them. And I'm going to put pressure on you to spend that money on crowdfunding because it directly impacts people's lives. So, I don't know. I had people tell me that I was crazy for leaving because I made good money in that corporate marketing job. Even internally here, we were like, is this the right move? Is this what we should do? And I've got a huge supporter in my partner, Sandra. She believes in me, and at the time she was like, listen, if you're passionate about it, and she's like, you can literally do anything you put your mind to, and I'm here with you, whatever you want to do, I'm right beside you. And it took a lot of faith for her to trust me, and it took a lot of faith for her to be okay to move to California and keep chasing the dream by joining Skybound, which then didn't work out the way we wanted, but now we're in California, 3,000 miles away from where we started. And I've got such good support around me, and that helped so much. But early on, I did not have good support. And I had a lot of people tell me that, I was crazy, or there was no way this was going to work, or, I was putting my family at risk. I even go back to some of my childhood trauma of things of like people telling you, oh, you're a bad student. You're never going to amount to anything. You're never going to do anything fruitful in life. You're a loser. You're a nerd. Stop playing video games. And so I just wanted to say, like, I probably need some therapy on this, but like, I use all of that as fuel. I take my spite and my bitterness seriously, and I use it as fuel. And it does make me feel good to be like, look, we can make this work. We can make the dream work. And you can too. Now, I'm not telling you to go quit your job, but I am saying, if there's something that you're organically passionate about, that you truly love, that you don't have to like work yourself up to like go, like you'll stay up late doing it on your own. Like for me, that's the definition of organic passion. Like it just kind of takes over, right? And you can't control, like you get lost in it. And you want to turn that into some sort of job or career. I wouldn't say immediately quit your job, but I would say hone your craft. Like be a sponge, soak up as much as you can about that, and try small things and work your way up. But don't let people discourage you that you can't do it. You can do it. It won't be easy, and you will be left in the fetal position many times. But nothing that was ever worthwhile having was achieved easily. And if it was, it probably didn't last very long. So you can do it. And, I want to tell Miss Banks, my third grade teacher, who was one of the most abusive teachers I had, suck it, Miss Banks. Like, I am achieving the things that I wanted to achieve. Now, maybe in the eyes of the world, I haven't cured cancer, but I think thousands of people bonding and enjoying time together over games is important. And I truly believe that there's something special about board games that you don't get from a video game or a digital product or anything else, right? Like there is a shared experience that happens at the table that board games are special. And I call myself a board game evangelist all the time. We're meeting a lot of new people here in Irvine where we live. And, within the first couple hours of chatting, I make sure to bring up board games, and I make sure to be like, hey, do you want to try one? And I try to get past that first initial, like, board games? I don't know. And in the cases that you do, it's like bringing somebody into the fold, and I love it. I just love it. And that's why, I think, making board games is something I want to do forever, as long as I can, as long as I can make relevant, good games that get people that experience. That's what I want to do. So I thank you, if you're watching this, because you're a supporter and you are part of the story. You have helped me personally do what I'm describing right now. You have helped me tell Miss Banks to suck it. And you know what? I bet all of you have a Miss Banks. I bet you've all got somebody who told you weren't good enough, belittled you, made fun of you, doubted you, didn't give you the credit you deserved. You may still have those people in your life now. I'm just here to tell you, prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. 100% prove them wrong. You can prove them wrong. And, this campaign is only a stepping stone of me proving them wrong. This isn't the height. I'm not done. We're going to keep proving them wrong and going to keep smashing that. I'm going to keep Hulk smashing Miss Banks into the dirt. Proverbially, not literally. And we can do it. You can do it. It can be done. But we're on the rise. We're not topping out here. I can't wait to get you this game. I can't wait for you to experience this game. I have no doubt we're going to make more content around this system. This system with the grid system is just so good. So good. I don't know, I'm rambling now, guys, but I really just want to say I appreciate you guys following this YouTube page. Like I said, I want to keep doing these. I really enjoy it, and I'll probably expand on it in some way. I've always enjoyed making content. I used to do a lot of vlogging when I had a little bit more time. I think I'll be able to do that more again because I like the editing process. I like being able to craft a story. Whereas when we make board games, right, it's this big, long process that takes years before you get that finalized product and you get that kind of the dopamine of reward of seeing people enjoy it. Whereas a vlog, I can tell a mini story and I can edit that up and get that out to you in a drip, and I personally get that instant satisfaction of like, okay, cool. I was able to tell this little story and get this to people. So I'll probably get back into that. I'm excited to do that, which I haven't had the bandwidth or the passion to do it. So, and that's definitely one of the things I've learned in the last few years is if your passion for something falls off, don't force it, because if you force it, you're going to make shit. It's going to be garbage. It's not going to be good. It's going to be half-hearted, and your end result will absolutely suffer. So, if you find your passion waning on something, give it a break. Take a break from it. If it comes back, it was meant to. If it doesn't, you can move on. It's okay to move on to other things. You don't have to feel guilty that you bought a bunch of RPG books and then you never actually ran the RPG campaigns that you wanted to, or whatever, right? Like, that doesn't matter. Like, it's okay. Don't feel guilty about that. We wax and wane. That's what we are. That's what we do. But when it's there, when the passion's there, ride it, baby. Lean into it, ride the horse, go. Get as much out of it as you can and enjoy it and soak it up. All right. Final day. We're not going to hit 1 million, but it's still a hugely successful campaign. We'll get the 1 million in the pledge manager, so don't worry. And I'm excited to go on this journey with you. I'm glad you're here with me. Thank you for your support, truly from the bottom of my heart. I will see you in the comment section. Love y'all. Bye.